Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm 35 years old. I have a daughter. So I've been married for 5 years, and like any other marriage, it was perfect at the first. And then things started showing up, which I would call them as red flags. And it was quite uncomfortable, and I was not able to point out what was wrong with the marriage. There were periods of bliss followed by uncomfortable circumstances. So, after a few years of time, I started asking for help. I personally felt this abuse might trickle to my child, and I decided to leave. Every abuse starts with blaming and projection. Things that he would say would be belittling on my character. It was shocking and surprising in the beginning, and it makes me doubt myself for a second, because this is my husband, and he's supposed to be the person who's protecting me, and we share love and affection. And the person who's actually destroying you in the most meanest way is also him. So it's sort of confusing to get my head around it. And that's exactly why I needed to talk to someone to see if it's my fault or if it's just my delusions. When he beat me, I realized that this might happen to my child someday. So I had already started telling myself that this is over. So I decided to leave, but I did not know how, when, or I had no logistics in my head. So I went down to the social service center, and then I told my social worker that I'm not going to stay in this marriage anymore. So she started briefing me on the process, saying there is a personal protection order, and there is a place called crisis home where women can stay for a brief period of time until you can understand what's going on in your life. And she said there is a huge possibility, even after you move out of your house into a crisis home, there are chances that I can always go back and salvage my relationship. I was told it's like a women's hostel. So we went in, and I was quite surprised with the number of women that I saw, because I never realized that there is a huge population of domestic violence victims, and I was quite surprised that I had not realized this before it happened to me. It also made me feel comfortable, because I was not alone. I could see there are so many women facing the same thing from their own perspectives. So they provided me with a home so I could stay there with my daughter. There were food, plenty of food, and they also started organizing programs. So the first program was cycle of violence, which is like an eye opener to most of the women who come in. It's like, oh my God, this is what I'm facing, and from there it's reality strikes, and so it's like, oh my God, this is what I've been facing. And on a case-to-case basis, they also offer psychological counseling services, so for women and children, and we could sign up for it. You are not alone, and it is okay to ask for help, as there are so many organizations who are there for you, and the courageous step that you take today is important. If it is not for you, then do it for your children.